Hopefully the audio's not too bad. Just go out for a little mountain bike spin. Durianrider's going to prison. I see. Is that time of year again? Is that time of year again? Durianrider's going to prison. Apparently I'm a murderer. Apparently I'm a rapist. Apparently I'm a fraud. What else was there? I'm a violent thug affiliated with the bikie gangs in America, Australia and Thailand. Apparently, what else was there? There was what was the other one? There was some sort of drug cartel thing going on there. Hydroponic marijuana setups in Queensland and all sorts of stuff that Durianrider's involved with. You know, that's why he drives Ferraris, Lamborghinis, etc. He's wanted for murder, rape, etc. But here's the funny thing: is like, in all seriousness, I am going through a court proceeding at the moment. I can't talk about it too much, but it's an Australian-based thing. I've been actually got off the phone yesterday with the prosecutor's office, but I can't talk about what it is. Some of you might know. Maybe I can talk about it later. Who knows? But it was me pressing charges against someone, but I won't get into it because I'm not allowed to. Pressing against the law. But anyway, there's people out there who say I'm trying to press charges against Harley, but Harley, he runs from the law, you know. But here's the thing, it's like I'm not. It's like everyone knows where to find me. Just go to my Strava and you can see anywhere in the world I am that day. It's not hard to find where Harley stays in Adelaide or where I train every day. You know, Norton Summit or, you know, Thailand, Doi Satep. I'm not a hard person to track down. I wear the same kit pretty much every day. So I'm not a hard person to track down. So if anyone says, oh, I'm trying to, you know, sue Harley or take Harley to the police, or the police want him or whatever, it's, you know, it's bogus. They're just trying to get some Patreon money. Or remember that guy last year did put Durianrider in prison, he got 10,000 bucks overnight. And nothing ever happened with that. Even though I was living in Chiang Mai. You know, no one ever contacted me. The lawyers are basically like, here's a guy, we can take his money and put up a bogus sort of lawsuit against some sort of Facebook talk or whatever. But yeah, this is civil shit. So it is hilarious out there. Should we go down the mangoes, eh? Just in the rows, check out some stuff along here. But it is an interesting one. So if you are ever in a situation, and let me, well, it's a bit, oh Jesus, mother mia, almost took the nuts off. If you are ever in a situation where, let me park my bike. This bike's getting fixed apparently. The shock hasn't been so good. Let me sit on the mango tree. If you are ever in a situation where you have had some police issues or whatever, or you, there's the lighting. Gotta get the narcissist lighting just perfect. If you are in a situation where you have been assaulted, or fucking someone's tried to kill you or rape you or whatever, then you have to go to police straight away. You know, you have to fully press charges and get it done. That's what's happened to me. So I'm fully pressing charges and taking the law, not into my own hands, but getting the law to do what they're paid to do. You know, so you have to gather all your evidence up, send it to police, make it happen, push, get lawyers, whatever it takes. You know, whatever it takes. But the good thing about assault or rape or murder is you don't need a lawyer. You know, if you're the victim, you don't need a lawyer, you just contact the police, they'll take care of it. On the other hand, if you are the perpetrator, the person who's the rapist or the slander or whatever, or the murderer or whatever, then yeah, then you need a lawyer to represent, because you're in the shit, you're the accused. So people say, why don't you take some of these people to court? It's like I am at the moment, but other people international, they just keep running. You know, they run from my lawyers, they give me fake addresses, they just play games, and I don't really have time for that shit anymore. And I could spend big bucks on, you know, fucking federal suits or whatever, and you get to spend millions, man. And every fucking troll who wants to try and get some fame or talk some shit about you on the internet, if you sued everyone who did that, then you'd quickly run out of money and time and have no quality of life there. So I have pursued it a little bit, but I have no formal addresses, and these people change addresses, locations all the time. No one even knows where they are. You know, even mutual friends are like, I'm like, where's such and such? You know, we've got to send some stuff to them, serve them papers physically. Because email, they can just claim they didn't see it, but when you get physical serving of paper, photographs taken, then that's a different story. And I haven't been able to do that because these people just jump ship all the time. But even again, to be honest, I have given up because it's just, there's a money pit. It's a, shit, they're after me now. It's a money pit quickly. So if you are ever in a situation where you're going to sue someone, then, you know, for slander or whatever, then you do need a lot of money to go forth with that. Otherwise, it's depends on what country you're in as well. Depends on what country you're in as well. So in Australia, it's a lot easier, you know, and that's what's happening right now. So the feds. What can I say? But yeah, I'd say don't take it too personally. Like people will say stuff about the internet all the time. You know, I remember when me and Freely broke up a few years ago, and it was a bit crazy, and you know, hooked up with some groupies and stuff like that. I hooked up with a couple of fat chicks, and not that wrong with fat people, but they were so mad keen on me, and I felt sort of, they weren't my type of girl personally, because you know what sort of girlfriend I like: fit, athletic, slim, bubbly, getting it done. But I remember hooking up with a couple of you know, fat chicks in Chiang Mai. And then they got mad attached, and I was like, oh, this is just a hookup, there's nothing more than this, you know. So that beforehand they got mad attached, and I'm like, oh, Durianrider's like, he's bad, he doesn't want to marry me, whatever. And then their boyfriend said, oh, did you hook up with Durianrider? And they're like, no, dude, I didn't hook up with Durianrider. And it's like, well, the emails and the photographs and all the Instagram messages suggest otherwise, and your mutual friends suggest otherwise. But you know, so then they create a lot of drama, and it's just like, I'm like, oh my god, you try and do the right thing, you try and help people out. I mean, I've helped out ex-cons, and you know what I'm talking about. Alright, I've mentioned names in this video. I'm not here to hate and incite hate or whatever. I'm just here to share my story a little bit for those who are still curious. And it's just how they stab you in the back. And a con is always a con. An ex-con goes to prison for stabbing people or selling meth. They're never going to be a good person. They're always going to be a con. You know, good people aren't created. They're born. Alright, so if you hook up with a girl and she's fucking batshit crazy, she's always going to be crazy. If you hook up with a guy who's batshit crazy and is a cunt, he's always going to be like that. Alright, you can't change people much at all. A leopard doesn't change its spots. So if you meet a chick and you feel sorry for her and you're going to give her some time and energy, be warned, she's probably going to fucking burn you as soon as she gets a chance. Alright, or as soon as she feels burned by you, rather. So same with a girl. If you're into a guy and he's a fucking ex-con, scam or whatever, he ain't gonna fucking change for you. Oh, I'm gonna change from being, you know, I'm gonna warm his heart. It ain't gonna fucking happen, man. You know, a con is always a con. Someone who sells meth to people, they're always gonna be a con, man. They're always gonna be dodgy, whatever they do. Even in the vegan movement, you know, animal activists or whatever, they're always gonna be a con, in my experience, unfortunately. So, anyway, that's my little rant. Durianrider going to prison. You know, people. And the funniest thing is, people advertise their ebooks. Durianrider raped me. Durianrider tried to kill me. Buy my copy of my ebook. You know, it's like, what the fuck? How does that work? Subscribe to my channel for more updates on Durianrider's try to kill my family or whatever. It's like, welcome to the internet. My name's Durianrider. Let me be your guide. But it's hilarious. I mean, some of the shit you Google my name, it's attached to, and it's like, and some people out there actually believe it's true until they delve more into it and go, this person's a fucking psycho, Harley. I mean, I've showed my lawyers, the prosecutors, this shit, and they're just like, I'll be honest with you, they laughed. Like, they're like, this person is obsessed about you, you know, in very interesting ways. I can't, I'm getting too much into it now. I'm probably getting myself into trouble here, but you definitely gotta have thick skin, man. You gotta have thick skin on the internet. People commit suicide over you know, cyberbullying and stuff like that. So it's, you know, I mean, I'd never do that because I'm too much of a narcissist. But you know, it's a world out there that it is pretty cutthroat and crazy. But people, you know, if you're a hot chick, people want you for sex. If you're a guy who's got a lot of fame, people want you for. And I remember Freely saying, "You fucked who? You hooked up with who? That's disgusting. That's gonna bite you in the ass. Those people are psycho. They're crazy. You're gonna regret it." And Freely was fucking right, man. You know, she was right. And 99% of the time, Freely was like the ace at character judgment. If she thinks someone's a shit cunt, she was right 99% of the time. So Freely, you were right, I was wrong.